And welcome back, everyone. Jeftie Sawyer of the Wild Bird and Nature Store joins us this midday. Spring is right around the corner, and today we are talking about bluebirds, their homes for spring nesting, feedings, and bird baths. Really anything you can think of. Thanks so much for being here today, Jeftie.
Well, I'm just thrilled to death. I can't wait to get started.
Well, tell us a little bit about what you brought here and kind of the theme that we're talking about today.
Well, I brought Bluebird house and the feeder, because right now is when you need to have your Bluebird house up. And actually, we always tell people get them up in December or January, because the male starts scouting the houses. He picks it out. But now the female, she's got to give approval. You know how that goes, guys. and
she wears the pants.
Yeah, she wears the pants. And I have seen them because at one time I had 6 Bluebird houses in my backyard. So I watched them for years. And sometimes the male would pick out a house and it was like he was so happy. He'd go get the female, she'd go in, come out, fly away. She was like, no, I'm done.
Had enough.
Had enough, so he'd bring her back to another one. And I brought a Bluebird house and a feeder. And the Bluebirds are cavity dwellers, but they cannot make their own cavities because they don't have the beaks that can do that.
When you say cavities, do you mean, you know, like the holes in the trees,
yes.
anything like that? Okay.
Yes, because they will take over a woodpecker's, where a woodpecker has made one of their holes, but they like them done in those wooden fence posts. But you know, progress comes in. So they're replacing the wooden fence posts out in the country with metal ones. And the Bluebirds were running out of places to build nests. So we really push for people to put up Bluebird houses. All of ours are approved by the American Bluebird Association.
Okay.
So they're the right depth.
I didn't know that even was a thing.
Yes. Oh, it's got to be just right for them. Okay. And the hole has to be a certain diameter. And they love the cavity. They love that hole. And they only want to be about 5 feet tall on their house. And I brought one over here.
Is this the big one here?
Yes.
Okay.
On the Bluebird pole, we have Bluebird poles that are awesome because you can just put them in the ground. You don't have to concrete, you don't have to dig a hole, and it makes it the right height. They like to be just eye level with you.
Okay, I didn't know that either. You're teaching me everything today.
And well, I had bluebirds for years. Let me tell you what, they're my favorite bird, and then woodpeckers are. But the bluebirds, they love people, okay, and they're meat and fruit eaters. They're not seed eaters. And so if you have bird feeders up in your yard where you feed the other birds seed, don't put a Bluebird house close to it.
Okay.
But they get real used to people. And when I put and you can read everything you want to about bluebirds, and it will say, put it 30 feet away from a house, 20 feet. Well, I'm not telling all those professionals they're wrong, but when I had my 6 Bluebird houses, I had a privacy fence around my pool, and I had been seeing 2 pair on top of my privacy fence, and I sat there watching them. So what did I do? This was before we had the Wild Bird store, like 30-something years ago. I go to a store like, I don't know, hardware store, and I buy 6 Bluebird houses. And I went home and I nailed them up every 8 feet where they put those big posts on a private. I put them and so I swear within days I had 3 houses filled up with bluebirds.
That's wild that it was that short amount of time you already had them there.
It was just so easy for them. They went in, they built their nest, and I always had 5 filled with the bluebirds. But the bluebirds, I tell people, you put up, it's kind of like that movie with Kevin Costner, if you build it, they will come. Okay, if you put up a house, they will come. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that 100% where you bring the house back to me if they don't, okay? But I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, a bluebird will come. They are so happy to find that nest, and all of ours can be cleaned out.
Okay, and you brought kind of different items that make your own kind of nest as well.
Now wait a minute, I did bring this. This is a cottontail, and you hang these up, but all the birds love these.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, you will just find when it comes time for the nesting, they will pull all these out where they're just hanging, and the bluebirds love them, wrens, chickadees, everybody that's going to build a nest will love these.
Okay, and then what else did you get? Did you bring with us today?
And then I also brought Bluebird nuggets that they love to eat, and I brought dried mealworms right here. The cameraman loves me when I do this and bounce around. These are mealworms, because you have to keep in mind they are fruit and Meat eaters.
Okay.
Yep. And then I did bring a house right here, right there.
And of course, it's the
And
blue
they're-
house.
And they're the only birds that will go inside something to eat. Okay.
Okay.
No other birds will go in there. Squirrels don't bother them. You hang it just that close to a bluebird house. They love it, and all the bluebirds will come there.
And so are we getting into like bluebird season?
Oh
Is that a
gosh,
thing?
yes,
Okay.
yes. And Kentucky has such a long warm period that if it starts getting warm the 1st of March, they'll start building a nest. And then we have such a long warm period that they will build 3 to 4 nests, and just 2 bluebirds can have as many as 12 babies in 1 year.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, and they're
That's
so
wild.
cute. They're so
I
cute.
know, the little bird, anything like that.
Okay, and then I
It's
brought
cute.
a wren house I wanted
Okay.
to show you. Oh, and we have a Kentucky man that made the Kentucky wren house. I love
Oh,
it.
that's awesome. You got
It
to
is.
incorporate into the Kentucky blue.
Yes,
the
yes, and
bluebirds.
it's Kentucky talent.
Yes,
You know,
I
that
love
made
that too. Keep it
and
local.
then I brought a wren house, and all our houses can be cleaned out, so which is good because you don't want that nasty mess left in there. Okay.
Yeah.
Year to year. So this is one, and you can clean it out. And right now is a great time to be putting up all your nesting boxes, the wren boxes, especially the bluebird box. Then I brought a peanut feeder, and as I said, the woodpeckers are my second favorite birds. And these you put dry roasted peanuts in, and it has all those little holes on it. And the woodpeckers will just come and cling and peck, 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 and eat, eat, eat. And it's a very fun, entertaining feeder.
Oh, I'm sure.
And
Just
then-
to watch them, sit outside and watch them like that, which
and
is
then,
cool.
and then when the Downies have their babies, you'll see them bringing them and teaching them how to go to them.
Yeah.
And I did sneak in a little Easter, which is the 1st of April. Easter's
it's coming up. It's coming
I brought
up
a
before you
couple
know
of
it.
my rabbits and my sheep that I adore. Everybody loves the
and
sheep.
the towels there you have too, which are
Yes,
adorable.
my towels are adorable. Thank you very much, Allie.
You're welcome.
Yes, I'm
You're welcome.
amazing. And then
the book, it's got all the Kentucky birds in it and a field guide, 2nd edition. Nice.
Yes, and the great thing about this book is it's just got our birds and also the migratory birds, and it's not real detailed and it's not real technical.
Okay.
Where you have to read it 3 or 4 times.
All
The very
right.
first time. Do I have time for one more?
One more.
Okay, I got one more. I love this feeder.
Oh, it's got the cardinal on the
Yes,
bottom here.
and this has a shield where you can raise or lower it, but the birds can get up under here. And I've got mine where just a cardinal on down can. And then if it rains, it protects them. This keeps the
that's nice.
seed very, very dry.
Oh, good. That's good. Yeah, we got a good variety here.
Do I have time for one more? And also I brought
more.
I brought
We'll do one more.
I brought a heating element because we're
Oh,
still
for the water.
for the water bath, for the bird bath,
Yeah,
because
we
we're going to still have cold weather. Aren't we, weather woman?
Raquel, we're still going to have some cold weather this year.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, still a little bit
and
this year.
This will keep the water from freezing, so the birds can go to the bird baths and drink water. And it's always so much fun to be on BKO and to be with Allie.
Well, thank you for
and
being
know
here.
everybody here.
Well, I appreciate it. We always love having you. You're just such a character and have so much knowledge of all this, so we enjoy it. And if you're interested in anything that she mentioned or anything that she has to offer, the Wild Bird and Nature Store is located on 901 Lehman Avenue in the Midtown Plaza. They're open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 and Saturday from 10 to 3. You can call that number on your screen or check them out on Facebook for more information. We'll be right back.